Game of Thrones. In the land of Westeros, a fierce battle for the Iron Throne had been raging for years. The once peaceful and prosperous kingdom was now torn apart by greed, betrayal, and power-hungry individuals. The current ruler, King Robert Baratheon, had been ruling for many years, but his reign was coming to an end. He had no true heir to the throne, and this fact had caused chaos and instability among the noble houses of Westeros. As the king's health deteriorated, the noble houses began plotting and scheming to claim the throne for themselves. The Lannisters, known for their wealth and cunning, were the first to make their move. They manipulated the situation to their advantage and convinced the king to name Joffrey, his supposed son, as his successor. But the truth was that Joffrey was not the king's son, but rather the product of an affair between Queen Cersei and her twin brother, Jaime Lannister. The secret was known by few, but it was enough to fuel the fire of those who opposed the Lannisters. Meanwhile, in the north, the Starks were preparing for the harsh winter that was coming. Led by the honourable and just Lord Eddard Stark, they remained loyal to the king, but they were wary of the Lannisters' power and influence. In the east, the exiled Targaryens were gathering their forces to reclaim the throne that was taken from them years ago. Led by the brave and determined Daenerys Targaryen, they had an army of fierce warriors and 3 powerful dragons at their disposal. As tensions rose, alliances were formed and broken, and battles were fought. The realm was in chaos, and the people were suffering. The only thing that seemed to unite the warring houses was their love for the popular and charismatic King Robert. But as fate would have it, the king met an untimely death, and chaos erupted once again. The Lannisters wasted no time in claiming the throne for Joffrey, while the Starks and other noble houses saw this as an opportunity to overthrow the Lannisters, and the Targaryens, on the other hand, saw this as their chance to finally reclaim what was rightfully theirs. They sailed to Westeros with their dragons, ready to take on anyone who stood in their way. The battle for the Iron Throne had begun, and it was a bloody and brutal one. The Starks fought for justice and honor, the Lannisters for power and wealth, and the Targaryens for their rightful place on the throne. As the war raged on, many lives were lost, and alliances were constantly shifting. In the end, it was the Targaryens who emerged victorious, with Daenerys sitting on the Iron Throne as the Queen of Westeros. Under her rule, peace and prosperity were restored to the kingdom, and the people rejoiced. The Game of Thrones may have been won, but the price that was paid for it was a heavy one, and the scars of the war would never truly heal. But as the saying goes, when you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. And in this game, Daenerys Targaryen had emerged as the ultimate winner.